Okay, guys, this is the first part. Right now, as you can see, it's sped up. And the reason why is because it took me a good 10 minutes to build the base. Now, the base is the main structure, so, like the frame. So if you're making a square house, the frame, the base, is going to be that square. And that square is what I'm making right now. So, as you can see here, what I'm doing is using a mixture of easy precision, the stacker tool, and just common stuff. You can make your fort size whatever you want. It's really up to you. But yeah. Now what I did here was no collide of the doors, no collide of the plates, so that it would like fit in. And then yeah, you can just see by this video. You need to make it work. You could do whatever size you want. I mean, you could just do whatever you want because it's your fort. Now, yeah, so this is only about a minute long, this clip, so I'm gonna wrap up my commentary on this. But I just wanted to say that once you get the base done, the rest of the video is what you need to be paying attention to the most. You could do the base entirely on your own, but yeah. So I'm gonna cut this part of the commentary and then get on to the more important stuff. All right, see you guys. Okay, guys, I'm back, and now what we're gonna do is we are going to build a door. Now, this door I will get into in a minute. I will tell you about this door in a second, exactly. Now, I might have to redo that because that door is not working too well. But yeah, we're gonna get onto the main door, which is what you want. Now, as you can see, this can easily be used to fit, say, maybe a Jeep. Let's just drive it through. You can easily drive a Jeep through, or even if you wanted to, an airboat. So, if you wanted to, you could make a garage. But that's not what we're gonna do. It is a similar concept, though, I will say that. So, as we're going into the actual building of the door, what you're gonna want to do is just get one of the big blast door plates like you've used for the rest of the base. Now, take it and move it along the opening. Just anywhere on the opening, doesn't really matter. Just make sure it's on the opening and well, it's pretty good right now, as you can see. You need to worry more about the placement of your constraints than the placement of the actual door. Just I like to make it so that no one can really see in, although it doesn't matter because it's a single player. But it gets kind of annoying when you're walking around and you see people trying to look in through the side, the corner, trying to look in your fort. So, as you can see, I blocked it off pretty well. And now what you're gonna do is go up into your ball socket. Now the ball socket is right under axis, and you want to use ball socket, not axis. Now, go up onto the door and click the right corner to this corner up on the top, and this corner to this corner. Now what that does is, see, it opens just like an actual garage door, one of the older garage doors that slide up and then back, that don't have all the weird hinges in the middle. So it's a pretty good door system. I like it. Now just pick a height, pick a where you want it to stop. I'm gonna go about here, and then go to your rope tool. Make sure rigid is unchecked. Rigid needs to be unchecked for this one. And you can just do whatever you want here. This really doesn't matter. Make sure force limit is 0, add length 0, and rope width doesn't matter. I like to keep it relatively small so it doesn't look too bad. And go from the corner. This is one of the easiest parts of making the store. Go from the corner to the corner, from the corner to the corner. Alright, now, as you see there, I swing it up, it does not go past that point, even unfrozen. So that's what we want here. Now, go back into your construction and get the hover ball. The hover ball, you're gonna need the hover ball. And you're gonna take the hover ball, make sure everything's good. Strength needs to be 2 or above. Air resistance is at 0.98 for me. I'll just go ahead and make it 1. 1.39. Movement speed doesn't matter. 1 is pretty good, but I'll make it 2. Make sure your keys are set. I like to use keys that are next to each other, so I'm just gonna use 1 and 2. And place hover balls on the corner. Alright. Now, as you see here, you press 2, or whatever your key is, and it closes. And you press 1, and then it slowly opens. If you want to make it open faster, go to your thruster tool, make sure the key is 1, or whatever key it is to open, not close. The effects really don't matter, but use a small thruster. I like to use, well, you might not have this one, so I think the thing that you're, let's see, something small. This cola can, everyone has this, and just place it on the corner. Well, actually, no, you can't do that, can you? So just put it in the middle, and it doesn't need to be that, um, it doesn't need to be that, like, powerful. So I'm just gonna put it right there, and take your no collide tool out, and right click it. This means it'll no collide with anything. So now when we go to close it, nothing happens. But when you open it, it opens faster. Oh wait, sorry. But yeah, you can do that if you want. I'm not going to because I don't need to. And we'll just close the door here. Now here's the fun part. Go to your button tool under construction, and down here in the description box, you can write something. So you write open, and you press enter and then Q so you can get out of the menu, and then go ahead and place it on your wall. As you see, it says open. So when you press it and hold it down, it'll open. Now do the same thing, but close. And then, sure enough, when you press the close button, it'll close, slowly but surely. So now, that main door is pretty much done. You don't, okay, this door you do not have to do. This door you do not have to do. Okay, something went wrong here. Okay. As you see, this is a hydraulic door system. Now, this door went extremely wrong. You can see why. It was only supposed to go out to about here, but instead it goes all the way over there. Now, how we're going to prevent this is freeze the door. Oh wait, I might have to, yeah, we'll just remove it. So get your, you don't have to do this if you didn't already make the door. Again, you do not have to do this step. I'm just doing this to have a extra backdoor. Now, I have this tool called No Collide Multi. Wait, this is regular no collide. No Collide Multi just means it'll no collide multiple objects at one time, so you don't have to worry about, like, you don't really have to worry about anything. And then you just right click and then you're done. So take it, and, just get it pretty good. It doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be close, though. Alright. Let's see. Alright. So, none of your doors are pretty good. If it's lined up correctly, again, it's not that important, but it does count. Take your hydraulic tool, and let's try the additional length to be... Let's go 50. Okay. And then, fixed will be checked. And then, right-click this. Because it'll automatically create a line between the two. As you can see, there's a hydraulic there. It'll automatically create one from where you click to the surface opposite of it. And then make two, one on the top, one near the bottom. And then when you unfreeze the door, and press the button for the hydraulic, well, that's good enough to walk through. You might want to do 60 if you want it to open all the way, but I think that's pretty okay. So, since this is only one button, if you want to make a button, just only put one, and I'm gonna label it open/close because that's what it is. And sure enough, it opens. And then you can place one here. Yep, works. Pretty cool. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is start designing the interior. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this most people now, most guys that have Garry's mod, there was an update, and what that did was it added Phoenix Storm's model pack to the game. So now you have all these tiles. Let's find them. They are under general construction props, but I don't think we're gonna use those right now. We might have to do a little bit of trick work here to get this to work. Let's see. Let's see. Yep, we're gonna have to do a little bit of trickery for that to work, so we're just not gonna do it. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is normally when I go in before I put the roof down, I separate it to make different rooms. But we can't really do that right now without like doing some extravagantly unnecessary work. So just take your panel that you normally use, well, you can't really use the big one, so use the smaller one, the single panel. And once you get it pretty good, I'm gonna do one blast door and a half. So I'm gonna have this much space for whatever room I choose this to be. Now I'm gonna have it be a kitchen, and let me just stack this out so it'll. Alright, and you don't want to make it go too far out. I want to pick about here because you still have a good enough space for whatever you want. But again, this is even better because you have a more open area for the rest of it. This could even be a bedroom. In fact, it makes more sense to be a bedroom, so. But it's going to be a kitchen because it's just going to be separated a little bit. Now, most of your props for this are in here as well, so you don't really need to go looking too far. As you can see here, there's already a stove at the ready, so we're just going to go ahead and put that over here, somewhat in the middle, not a bad place. And then we'll just take this fridge, we'll put it over here, or yeah, we'll just put it there. That's a pretty good place for the fridge. So you notice we also have a sink. Sink is important too. You can do whatever you want with this. I'm just showing you guys how I would do it normally. My other forts, you can check them out. I do it a little bit different than this, but it works, so I'm not complaining. And you can even choose to put these shelves in if you want to. I mean, it really doesn't matter to me, whatever you want to do. Your fort, after all. So, as you may think, that's not too much for a kitchen. That's actually not enough. So, the cool thing about this is that at the bottom there's more props. As you see, there's a double stove here. It's like a stove plus 2 ovens. And then these are just double stacked ovens. So that's pretty cool. And then also there's a gigantic fridge, but that's way too big for this fort. So, and there's also tables, kitchen counter. But what I like to do is use the table from the militia map in Counter-Strike, and that is called CS Militia Table Kitchen. And then that'll go, that'll go over here for preparing your food. And then for eating, what I like to use, because if you want to make it like you're living with more than one person, do that, make whatever you want to fit your needs. But normally I just make it it's really minimalistic. It's really utilitarian for it. And so I just take the small circular table or whatever. Sometimes I use this table. In fact, I'll use this table. I don't know what that did there, but I hope it doesn't happen again. And you can put this wherever. I like to putting it in the center kind of limits what you can do with this map, but I mean, it works. Let's see. I'll move it out. Let's say back here, and it'll be in the corner too. So preparing food, eating food, and then go back to CS Militia and spawn barstools. If you want to use barstools, of course. You don't have to use barstools. But, you know, I think that's pretty good for a kitchen. I mean, if you want to add anything else, that's all you. I mean, I really don't care what you do with your fort. I'm just trying to give you an idea. Then for decoration, because it really looks kind of plain in here. First, we got to give it some light. So go to your light, which is under lamps. And you can use whatever color light. I want to make it slightly orange, kind of brightish. And we're just gonna, let's see, give that the plus button. It's gonna go right here. We're gonna put a light in the corner right here. Corner over here. Corner over here. Well, let's put it. Notice how much brighter it is with the lights over in those dark areas. Sorry. And then if you want to, just throw a light over in the corner just to spruce it up a little bit. Alright. So we gotta turn this light on, spawn it. Those are all on. They all work. Alright, cool. So now, just to give it a little bit of decoration, go into CS Office, and you can pick whatever painting. I'm just going to use this poster. Crunch. Kind of appropriate for a kitchen. And just put that wherever. Doesn't need to be perfect, but gives it a nice touch. So you're not, you know, all dimmed up, all dark and depressed. And then I'm just going to put a couple more paintings in here just to liven it up a bit. Give it a bigger aesthetic value. A greater aesthetic value. And then you have to have paper towels in the kitchen. So we're gonna put the paper towels over here. That's probably where your hands are gonna get the most likely dirty, over here when you're preparing your food. So also one more thing, it's nice to have some sort of potted plant as a decoration. So we'll go ahead and put that over here too. Or you know what? We'll make it even better. Put it over here. So you have something to look at while you're eating. So I think that's pretty good for the kitchen. If you want to add anything else, I mean, that's all up to you. That was just the kitchen, though, part of the interior decoration. If there's anything else you want to do, that's feel free to. I mean, I'm not telling you how to build it, I'm just helping you, giving you a guide. So I'm just going to go ahead and put in another stove. Whoops. What the hell? Alright. I'm just going to go ahead and put another stove, and then that'll be it for the kitchen. Now, I'm not sure how long this took me to build, not too long, but I did explain the doors. So, I'm going to stop right here, and then I'll show you the next two parts, which are going to be the living room and your bedroom area. Alright, thanks for watching. Check out part 2.